Good evening, fans. Welcome to you are watching Papare, the Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, and you are here today to witness the finals between DFCC Bank and NDB at the D Division Mercantile Services Basketball Championship. As you can see, the players are being introduced right now. The DFCC players have been taking the court, getting ready for their matchup. And let's take a look at the team DFCC who will be taking part in today's game. Where in number 4 it's Maxwell Sarnapala, number 8 Pragit Pushpakumara, number 8 Manjula Jayaratna, number 27 Bhavan Satanandan, number 3 Dinesh Nadishan, number 11 Sangeet Udekumar, number 34 Brian Vijay Vikrama, number 30 Nirmala Ponsu, number 12 Shinal Pereira, number 6 Dhananjay Nandasiri, and the captain number 14 Roshan Fernando. And the team is coached by Azir Mohammed. Moving on to the rivals for DFCC today. It's Team NDB, wearing number 35, Jude Pereira. Number 23, Naveen Silva. Number 7, Vishal Fernando. Number 24, Sarujan Chandrakumaran. Number 12, Dasun Ranasundara. Number 30, Adil Hameen. And number 1, Selvaraja Lindushan. Number 0, Umindu Vitana. Number 4, Amalika Mendes. Number 13, Pawan Ramanayaka. Number 6, Sanka Salvatura. And wearing number 10, the captain, Rashen Dalpadadu. The team is coached by Mr. Migara Senrat, a former national player. And today's game will be officiated by referees Sujiva and Ajit. To those who just tuned in, you are tuned in live to the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, and you are watching the finals between NDB and DFCC in the 32nd edition of the Mercantile Services Basketball League. We are in for a huge game today. My name is Anushka, and I'll be taking you throughout the game. We're just about ready to tip off. 17 seconds on the clock. The referees are ready. The teams are ready. Again, the final congratulations. Again, the finals go ahead between the players. The final handshakes. We've got an excellent crowd here tonight. Teams supporting for both teams. They have come out in numbers to see their team players do well. Their colleagues, their friends, and we hope to see a few more crowd coming in as the game progresses. The game is ready, and we are just about to get underway. Right off the tip off, Team NDB controls the ball. Vishal brings the ball up to the court, passes off to Dasun, one of the leading scorers in the game, and he starts off with a 3. Straight up 3, takes the lead, sets the tone. Dasun Ranasundara. Manjula passes off to Dinesh, misses, but DFCC get the rebound. It's Brian with the ball. Drives, jumps, couldn't finish. Back to Roshan, the captain for DFCC. Pass off Dinesh to Manjula. Easy lane, couldn't make it. NDB with the ball. Let me welcome my co-commentator for today, Dilka. How are you today?
Hi Anushka. I'm having a good day because we are having a double header with the C Division and Division D finals going on, and you are tuning up with the Papare.com.
As Jude hits the 2, couldn't make it, airballs it. DFCC comes up with the ball. Dilka, we got a wonderful atmosphere here today. The crowd is here, the crowd is loud. We've got experienced players on both sides. How do you think this game will go?
So, I think we should go ahead with DFCC, it's my personal belief, because they have the experienced campaigners with their team. But you can't keep out NDB. Actually, NDB has been reaching for finals in the Division C for 7 years.
7 years.
But they could make it out to the with the championship trophy. Now, with the loss of few players, they have decided to come up and make sure that they are taking over the Division D to solidify themselves.
They revamped their team, got a few new players in. Number 35, Jude Pereira from HNB, experienced campaigner. He's in the cards. There we go with the rebound. Pass off to Dasun. Talking about experience, Dilka. Team DFCC has a wealth of it, as you see with the ball. Roshan Fernando, a former national captain, couldn't finish. Pragit Pushpakumara.
I think one interesting fact is we are yet to see Pragit Pushpakumara.
Yes, interesting to see whether it's injury related or not, but as the game progresses, we'll see. As Team NDB gets a foul, is Dasun Ranasundara up for 2 shots.
While Dasun try to make his team go up by 4-0, the DFCC actually beat Kojen during the semi-finals. Kojen had one of the best players in the MSBA and in Sri Lanka.
Rukshan
Adapattu. Rukshan is the current vice captain in the national team. The interesting part about Rukshan is Rukshan actually scored 55 points per game during the tournament. That's an incredible achievement. So on average, he has been scoring over 50 points. On the other hand, NDB actually took over NTB during the semi-finals. NTB was the favorite to win this division in the MSBA edition. But what they did was they got together, they listened to their coach, who is one of the national players as well, Migara Senarath, and they made sure that they reach out to the final and they have another shot of winning MSBA trophy.
I think Team NDB is looking to set the pace. DFCC is more of a very experienced bunch of players. They'll look to slow the game down, look at the young blood for speed in terms of Brian, Dinesh to set the speed. But Roshan, Manjula and Pragit will look to set the game and set the pace which is suitable to them. Pass it off to back to Jude. Gets the ball back, pivots and shoots and scores. Number 35, Jude. The silver-haired fox right there with the 2. Roshan brings up the ball.
You can see in the bench area, Pragit Pushpakamara is lacing up for the game. So this is the area that they are lacking. So he used to control the ball. He used to control the pace of the game.
As Manjula hits a 3, a well-timed, well-needed 3. Scores are 6 points to 3. With Pragit being injected in this game, Dilka, I think there'll be a lot more calm on DFCC's side. An excellent ball controller for Sri Lanka, for the clubs he played and his previous employers as well.
I think the combination which Pradeep and Roshan has is undoubtedly one of the best basketball connections that we have seen, because they have been playing together in national level, club level, and various tournaments that you can name of.
Maxi with the ball, passes out to Manjula, fakes, drives, jumps, blocked by Jude, but comes up with the foul. On the upward motion as Manjula goes in for 2. Pragit suits up to come into the game. I'm going to think he's going to come in for number 27. Bhavan. Oh no, he comes in for Brian, number 34.
You can hear the crowd is cheering up for him, because they know if they want to win this championship, he is the key player. He has to guide this team. He has been doing that during this tournament. This is his stage to shine.
Manjula hits the first shot, goes up for the second, and makes both. Scores are 5 points to 6. Going back to Pragit, Dilka, I see on the stat sheet here that Pragit has been averaging 25.75 points per game. I think he was a judge man of the match for the match against Union Bank. And straight up scores, comes into the game, runs the lane and scores. Immediate impact from Pragit, Dilka. Team NDB through Vishal, jumps, goes up for the easy shot. Well rebounded by Roshan, spots the man running down.
Like we mentioned, we have a whole new game now.
Yes, exactly. Vishal goes up for the 3 and makes it. One of the leading scorers for Team NDB, Vishal. We saw in the semi-finals he was on fire from 3-point range. He looks to continue that same form.
As I mentioned, Anushka, beating NDB has been a huge boost of their confidence, because NTB was, that was and
With-
one we call it.
And one for Roshan. Fouls on Jude. Dasun had the rebound, but Roshan stole it.
Like I mentioned, beating NTB was one of the confident booster for NDB, because NTB was huge favorite to win this division. And Vishal played a huge role during the semi-final. He scored 18 points. He along with Dasun actually scored 19 points. 3-point shooting has been their strong suit, I believe. But when it comes to DFCC, it's a different game. You drive into the basket, you feed out the other players. You rely on your defense as well.
Like you said, DFCC plays a totally different game at a totally different pace. Pass off to number 10, rush in. Call for the carry. Turnover NDB, and DFCC gets the ball. You can see the immediate impact that Prageet has had on this game, Dilka. 2 straight baskets as soon as he was here. It's all about playing smart rather than playing hard for him. Manjula with the corner 3. Couldn't finish. Dasun with the rebound. Passes off to Jude. And finishes it. Ran the lane. Did the correct thing and comes up trumps. 4 minutes to go. The scores are 11-all. Prageet fakes. And puts the baby jumper in. That has been one of his main scoring shots, Dilka.
Definitely.
Drives in. Jumps in for a little baby shot. And his percentage is excellent on that shot as well.
You can categorize it as a floater, but it's not quite there.
Dasun with the
Dasun
baby
a
hook.
nice shot. Dasun is actually coming from DSN College, if I'm not mistaken. They were one of the strongest team during the school cycles. They won under 17 A Division Championship during that year.
Okay.
But they couldn't finish it off with the 19 championship.
I think Dasun has to play a huge role in today's game, Dilka, for them to come out on top. He has to fire on all engines, on defense, on offense, because he's one of the main players for this team.
Definitely. And with his size and ball handling, he's playing a huge role for this tournament rather than playing a traditional center position. There goes another 3-pointer.
That's
As he went-
Amalika, straight off the corner. No hesitation, goes up for the shot and gets a 3. It's 16-13 to NDB. Dasun again with the rebound. Pass off, rush in. Takes time off. Pass off to Jude and gets fouled.
That was quite the pass, I believe.
Something that coaches would advise against, running a 3 against 2. But somehow they came up with the 2 shots for Jude. Fouls on number 4, Maxwell.
If you need to win this championship, you can't actually rely on Roshan and Prageet. That's from my understanding. You need other players to also contribute. Maxwell is one of the players who actually contributed during the semi-finals.
Very cool and collected few shots that he made. He didn't make a lot of shots, but he made very good shots at the precise time. Mostly jumpers on the sides from the key. I think
he's a good defensive player.
He's a good defensive player as well, using all his experience to defend his man and get those shots in. One of the players that really needs to step up for, as Prageet comes in for the 2, Amalika with the foul. That's the experience coming in, Dilka. Like I was saying, one of the players that needs to really step up for team DFCC is Brian, the young gun. He really needs to come up. He's in the bench right now, but I don't think he'll be there for much longer because team NDB is younger than team DFCC. So they will have a lot of legs. They will have a lot of speed. As we see Sanka Salvatore check into the game. Previously with HNB, one of my former teammates.
And
Coming from Gaul?
That's what I was going to say. Represented Gaul District Basketball Club also during the Senior National Championships.
I think he's from Mahinda if I'm not wrong, but I could be mistaken. But man from Gaur as Amalika comes up with the 2. NDB comes up with a 3-point lead, 19 points to 16. Roshan with the 3, fakes it, pass off to Bhavan, couldn't finish. They had runners down the fast lane, but opted not to take it. Dasun with the ball. Drives in, jumps, couldn't get it. Roshan with the rebound.
Roshan is actually quite famous for his 3-point shooting. But the interesting part was he attempted only 1 3-point during the semi-finals. And he is yet to attempt one in the finals also.
He attempted one. Right before you joined the combox, Dilka. He had one straight from the middle. Rimmed out though. Beautiful pass off to Pragit. Pass it back to Maxi. Back to Pragit. Fakes. Comes back out. Dasu did a good job defending. To Manjula, to Maxi. Couldn't finish. Team NDB comes up with the ball.
We have 45 seconds left in the first quarter. This is a high scoring game because both teams are almost there at the 20-point mark.
A beautiful steal by Maxwell, using all that experience. And fouled by Sanka. Roshan Fernando goes to the line. I think these are the type of baskets that DFCC are looking for, you know. Doesn't take a lot of effort on their part. Stops the game. Gets them a few minutes of rest, a few seconds of rest. And a free throw. Easy shots for Roshan, I think, you know. Close to 10, 15 years of experience under his belt.
And something we have been talking about during the previous finals also, that the player rotation. Every team, when they come to finals or semi-final stage, they only play around 8 to 7 players.
Turnover as Roshan goes in for another layup and makes it. Turnover by Sanka. DFCC gets the lead back. Amalika, you call on that man to get the lead. 19 seconds on the clock, comes up with a 3, 22-20. NDB leads. Time winding down. Pragit couldn't make it.
And that's the end of the first quarter. DFCC is leading by, NDB is leading by 22-20.
An exciting half. A fast-paced half, if I might say, Dilka. A lot of action. I actually thought this is at a higher pace than I expected. DFCC is also playing at a much faster pace than they usually do. So that's a good thing. That's a fun surprise for us. Let's see what the second quarter brings up to us, Dilka.
I think NDB should focus on their defense and stopping Pragit at this point. He has been scoring throughout the quarter since he arrived in the court. We have the highlights going on. We can see Pragit is making his layups, and there are few 3-pointers attempted by NDB and added into their scoreboard.
Amalika has stepped up in the first quarter, hit a couple threes, another short jump on the corner. I think he has close to 8 points or 10 points. So he's been one of their main scorers for this.
Looking at the previous games, Vishal was actually a huge X-factor for their winning moments, but it took him some time to get warmed up and make sure that his shots are falling on. So far he has made 1 3-pointer, and we are expecting to see more.
And we need to see more of Dasun for Team NDB as well. He has been a bit slow to get off the blocks. I think just 2 points. for the quarter, but Team DFCC doing a good job defending on him. I think they got the assignments correct. Team NDB in a 1-3-1 formation, a zone offense. Pass out to Manjula, back to Roshan. Long three, rims out, but straight to Pragit. To Maxi, straight away three. Sanka with the rebound.
They were attempting to get the ball out of Sanka, but that didn't work out.
Not the best choice for a pass by Vishal. But still he gets the ball back. Fortunate for him. Coach Migar is a bit livid on the corner. Pass out to Sanka. Back to Amalika. Fakes. Off the elbow. Rush in with the tip. 24-20.
There were 3 NDB players reaching for that rebound.
That was the NDB captain who got the tip in. I think they realized they need to hustle a bit more. Manjula with the long corner three. Rolls out. Sanka bringing the ball up. Speeds up. Pragit with the charge. Couldn't hit. DFCC with the ball. Roshan brings the ball up. Pass out to Manjula. Gets it back. Back to Pragit. DFCC taking their time with it. Back to Maxwell. Back to Pragit. They're working the ball. Pragit with the three. And rims out. Dasun with the rebounds. And comes up with the foul.
You can see during 3 consecutive positions, DFCC actually attempted to make a 3-point. I think the reason being that NDB switched into a different formation of defense, as you mentioned.
They're cutting off that drive, forcing the players to shoot. And I think the last possession was a good example of it. They had to work the ball. They had to send about 6 or 7 passes just for Pragit to get the shot in.
It's not like DFCC is going to keep shooting 3-pointers, but they're going to make sure that the focus is off of Pradeep for a while.
Dasun, top of the key. Defended well. Long two, couldn't make it. Brian comes up with the rebound. Pass out to Manjula, to Brian. Steps, fakes, and shoots. Immediate impact from Brian. Rebound on one end, 3-point on the other. DFCC 23-24 for NDB. DFCC has been bringing the crowd, Dilka. As Amalika hits another shot. I think if the camera pans out towards the DFCC bench, you can see their crowd. Very spirited bunch of lads there. Lays it in. Couldn't finish. Pragit with the 3-pointer.
One thing we couldn't mention was Anushka, actually DFCC was in the finals of MSBA league tournament during the last edition. They couldn't make it out to win the championship. So they are also trying to win this time. So
D division as well last time?
Yes.
So back-to-back finalists. I think they would want to get this under their belt.
So we have 2 hungry teams fighting for a championship in front of us.
We got 7-time finalists NDB playing the finals and back-to-back finalists DFCC this time. Will it be the 3rd time's the charm or the 8th time's the charm? NDB with the side ball. Pass out, rush in. Looks. Dribbles, drives in. Pass out to Amalika. Call for the carry.
So DFCC is actually playing a man-to-man defense on 3-point line formation. So this is, I think, will hurt them in the coming up times because they have experienced players, but It's a matter of what their fitness levels look like.
Yes, that's going to be a very important factor, you know. Prageet, Roshan, Manjula, Maxwell, all pushing, you know, closing up on their twilight years, you know, closing up on the 40s. And we're not LeBron Jameses here, you know. No one's going to be running, you know, playing full time when you're 40 years old.
There goes the
Hitting
timeout
triple
for
doubles.
NDB team.
So 23 points to 26. Team NDB leads. 6 minutes to go. One of the main things that we saw, Team NDB has gotten their defense in order in this quarter. They've tightened up their defense. Made DFCC attempt a lot more threes.
I think this timeout will be more beneficial for DFCC in terms of they have been struggling to score. On the good side, actually, in terms of the positive end, the match is still within the 3-point lead, 3-point reach.
And I think it'll be a close game up until halftime. You know, the deciding quarter would be the third quarter. Dilka, when everyone comes back from a rest. You know, when you're going up on age, I should know. So, you know, it's not the same as, you know, 10 years ago when you're 20s. You can just suit up and play. After the break, you know, it takes a while for the engine to start revving up. So, third quarter is going to be huge for Team DFCC. But we're still in the second quarter. We still got 6 minutes left. Let's see how it goes on.
Dasun is bringing the ball up into the front court.
Russian with the ball. Dasun fakes, drives, fakes, passes up to Sanka, hits a shot. Russian with the good rebound. Amalika fakes, shoots, and couldn't make it. Amalika with the hot hands. Roshan driving in. Team NDB comes up with the ball. Dasun did a good job falling down, coming down on defense. It was his size that made Roshan change shots and pass to Prageet, which made them get the turnover. I think Roshan was a bit frustrated on the call on the other side. Comes back straight up, fouls him.
And one thing you can notice when you are watching this match, Dasun is not driving towards the basket in a straight line. So he's making a curve towards the basket that is losing some distance.
Shoots, couldn't make it. Dasun's main areas of shots are the elbows and the sides, you know. So that's his main area. That's where he loves to go. As Manjula hits a three, couldn't make it. Brian comes up with a rebound, an important rebound. Pass out to Prageet, shoots and couldn't make it. Team NDB comes up with the ball. As Prageet fouls Amalika on the shot. Once again goes to the free throw line. As DFCC calls the timeout.
I think they should utilize both of their timeouts to make sure that their players are well rested.
And I think it was fatigue that caused them to lose a bit of concentration right now. NDB took full advantage of it, but still, it's a 3-point game. But we got Team DFCC commit 2 fouls, both on Roshan and Prageet, so important fouls. As we come back from the timeout, it's Amalika up for 2 free throws. And to anyone who's joining in to our live stream, you are tuned on to the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, and you are watching the finals between DFCC Bank and NDB. For this is the D Division finals of the Mercantile Services Basketball League. And we are in for a good game today. This is Anushka and I'm joined with Dilka. Dilka, we've had a great game so far, haven't we?
We had a fantastic game. Even though Pragit was a bit late to enter the game is still on.
Do you reckon it was injuries?
I think he was running late.
I think he was running late. It's not the first time.
Yeah.
I think his motto is work smart, not work hard, you know. Cross-court pass to Amalika, pass off to Dasun. And makes it, turnaround jumper, scores on Manjula. Dasun needs to be a lot more dominant in this game. He has the size, he has the skill. He needs to showcase it today. Roshan on the corner, passes up to Manjula, drives in. Scoop layup, Maxwell with the rebound, couldn't finish. Team NDB comes up with it. Ultimately he's fouled right under the basket as Pragit commits another foul. That's a second foul for Pragit. As once again Team NDB heads to the line. 3 possessions in a row. I think we're seeing a bit of the fatigue right now from the DFCC players.
They have to hang in there in this corner like you mentioned.
Rims the first one out.
And on the other hand, NDB should make sure that they are hitting their free throws. They have been going to the line.
But not making it. I think he heard us, he made that one. Young Jude Pereira jumps into the game for Rushin. To Pragit. Airballs it. Jude comes up with the rebound. Pass out to Amalika. They had Dasun on the free throw. That was a wasted possession for NDB.
They had the advantage. They had 2 players.
Dasun was there waiting for the pass to come, which never came. And which resulted in a turnover. Could have had a chance to extend the lead. Manjula hustles for the ball. Roshan drives in. Couldn't finish. Outlet pass intercepted by Pragit. Brings the ball back up.
I think he'll drive in.
And makes it. And one. Sanka Salvatore with the foul. Pragit Pushpakumara comes up with the timely 2.
He saw the scramble in the defensive end and he decided to drive into the basket. So what he usually does is drive into the painted area and make sure that he uses his favorite shot.
A quick jumper, that's what it is. He drives in, does a quick pull-up. As a defensive player, you have to understand that's his go-to shot and you have to be ready for it. So defensive laps on NDB as well. Dasun couldn't finish. Roshan pass out to Pragit. Vishal with the foul.
Vishal has been part of this NDB team for a while. I think he has been representing NDB throughout these 7 years of
He's been there throughout his career. He joined NDB right after school, I think, and he's been there for a very long time. So I think it's been close to 15, maybe a bit more as well. Pragit pass out to Brian. Fakes. Drives. Kicks it out to Manjula. Couldn't finish. Scramble for the ball. Jude comes up with the rebound. Well defended by Team DFCC. And Pragit scores. And Migara is forced to get another timeout. Use his last timeout with 3 minutes left on the clock. Excellent bit of play by Team DFCC to cut the lead down just to 1 point. It was a 6-point lead, cut down to 1.
I think Coach Migara is consulting the crew chief, Mr. Ajit, on some kind of a foul attempt.
And I think the coach does have the right to ask on certain calls, but...
And Migara being a national player, a former national player, he understands how the game is played.
He understands the community, so a friendly question on the calls, but ultimately it's the referee's call, and the players, we have to accept it. I think Pragit is in a bit of a pain. He's limping and wincing a bit. Bit of a stoppage. Technical foul called on Coach Azur. I think they had an extra player on court, or one of their players had left the building for a while.
That actually happened during the semi-finals between Allianz as well as Allianz versus Move. One of the Allianz players was actually leaving the bench.
Okay.
And left the premises.
Did they get another technical as well?
Without consulting the table or the officials.
And the correct call. That's the correct call. I mean, you just can't leave the building in the middle of the game, you know. That's basics. That's basics there. So, silly mistakes. Gets the lead up by another 2 points. Jude works the ball, blocked by Brian. And we see Chenal coming into the game for Maxi. And I think Pragit is being called for another foul. I think that is his third foul. I think the players would do well not to argue more with the referees.
And this is the third personal foul on Pragit.
He has to be careful.
And on DFCC actually over the limit in this quarter.
Asanka makes the 3, 31-28. Pragit can't afford to get another foul. He needs to be throughout this game. He can't be fouled out as well. As Vishal drives the ball in, goes up for the 3. Amalika, right place, right time. Sanka with the tip.
That was Sanka with the tip. And NDB ended up with another 2 points.
Manjula driving through, turns it over, pass off to Vishal. Drives in. Corner to Amalika. And turns it over. Oh no, it's still NDB ball.
I think DFCC can try out Dinesh for Manjula and giving some beat to Manjula, because they need to have Manjula at the end of the game.
And call for the foul.
And the foul is on Chenal.
I think it might have been on Chenal. First foul on Chenal. As Jude misses the first one. If NDB had scored all these free throws, they would have been up by about 10 points right now.
Definitely. This is still a two-possession game.
Gets one to go in. Pragit, time winding down, brings the ball up court. Sankar coming up, Dasun. Brian with the off foot, lays it in with his left. A beautiful shot, reaches out to the rim. Ball with Dasun, drives in from the left. Couldn't finish. Amalika with the rebound, pass out to Vishal. Vishal with the three. Dasun again with the rebound. And he makes it 36 to 30 points. NDB trying to finish the quarter strong. Pragit a rare air ball.
When you're playing against this defense, you get some kind of a free space actually. That's mainly focused on the corner of threes. That's what Brian was utilizing during the last possession.
Cut off by Vishal, that play. Pragit with the ball, pass off to Roshan. Roshan using its size, pass out Chenal, who couldn't make it. A poor shot for a beautiful pass.
I think Chenal needs to position himself where he can take a clear shot. That time he was more towards the corner of... Okay.
Call for the foul on number 6 for NDB, Sanka Salvatore. A hustle foul, so I don't think the coach would mind that.
During the previous position, Chenal was more towards the baseline, where he should be near to the basket.
A beautiful rebound, strong rebound from Brian. Goes up in the air, collects it, rises above everyone. One last play for Team NDB. 4 seconds on the clock. Dasun for the three. And that's the whistle. At the end of halftime, Team NDB leads 36 points to DFCC 22. We've had an exciting quarter. Team NDB led throughout the 2 quarters. Walks out of the building to get some well-deserved rest before coming back in. Dilka, tell me a bit of your thoughts about this match so far.
So DFC, if you are DFCC supporter, you have to make sure that Pragit is retaining his rest of the 2 fouls and he won't be fouling out of this game.
Yeah, as you can see, the stat that's been shown right now, a low-scoring quarter compared to the first one. Just 2 points between them. 12 points to DFCC, 14 points to Team NDB. A very low-scoring quarter. Like I thought, DFCC will look to slow the pace down. That's just what happened. Team NDB also, I think, fell to their trap. I think Team NDB needs to push the pace, not play at the same pace as DFCC.
They have to make sure that they are making the free throws that they are getting.
Make the free throws. Free throws are key, Our coaches used to beat us up back when we were children, for missing free throws. So you can't do that now. Let's take a look at the highlights. That's Brian with the three-pointer as Amalika comes up with a shot. He has been one of the key players for Team NDB. Free throws, a main part of Team NDB scoring for the second quarter. DFCC got a lot of fouls coming in. And that is the end of the second quarter, and we saw a few of the highlights. To anyone that just tuned in, you missed a great half of basketball. And let us go towards the commercials, and we will see you back at the beginning of the third quarter. Thank you.
නවතින්න. ඔබ ඔය රිමෝට් එක අතේ තියන් channel මාරු කරන්නේ ඔබේ දරුවට බලන්න හොඳ programs යන channel එකක් හොයන්නද? ඔව් ඒක ලේසි වැඩක් නෙවෙයි තමයි. සමහර ඒවායි කාටුන් විතරයි. තවත් ඒවායි අධ්‍යාපනික වැඩසටහන් විතරයි. තව සමහරක් ඒවායි සින්දු විතරයි. ඔය සේරම එකම තැනක තිබුණා නම් දරුවටත් ලේසි, ඔබටත් පහසුයි නේද? එහෙනම් ඉතින් ඔබට නවතින්න වෙන්නේ මෙතන. දරුවගේ දැනුම අවබෝධය වර්ධනය කරන ගමන් දරුවා සතුටින් තියෙන වටිනා වැඩසටහන් රසක් මෙතන තියෙනවා. Dialog TV නාලිකාංක 48. A+ Kids TV. ආදරේ බෙදෙන පුංචි හිත්වලට ආදරෙන්.
Dialog Television එක reload එකෙන් පවුලටම හිතේ හැටියට TV බලන්න රුපියල් 798කට අලුත්ම super reload plan එකක්. දෙස් විදේශ channel රසක් සමග channel 80කට වඩා. activate කිරීම reload සහ my Dialog app මගින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 television රසාස්වාදය. Dialog Television. Dialog Television එක reload එකෙන් පවුලටම හිතේ හැටියට TV බලන්න රුපියල් 798කට අලුත්ම super reload plan එකක්. දැනුම ගෙනන අධ්‍යාපනික channel 18ක්. පොඩ්ඩන් වෙනුවෙන්ම channel 8ක්. දේශීය රසවින්දනය ගෙනෙන channel 22ක්. විනෝදාස්වාදයේ පිරි විදේශ channel රසක් සමග channel 80කටත් වඩා. activate කිරීම reload සහ my Dialog app මගින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 television රසාස්වාදය. Dialog Television.
Let's get into it.
This is Hits Now, where talents are discovered and superstars are born.
I'm very proud to have you on my team.
Where you can solve crimes and fight fires.
Must be nice.
Laugh with the family and many others. Play games and prove you're better. All the latest hits, all the time, all in one place.
So starstruck right now.
Hits Now, the best of US TV.
It's time.
It doesn't get any better than this.
ලෝකයේ වැඩිම දෙනෙක්ගේ විනෝදාංශයක් චිත්‍රපට නැරඹීම. ෆිල්ම් හෝල් එකකට නොගිහින් ගෙදර ඉඳන්ම විනෝදාංශයට ඉඩක් ගන්න. පැය 24 පුරාම කැමතිම හොඳම ජනප්‍රියම හොලිවුඩ් චිත්‍රපට ඇතුළුව සිනමා නිර්මාණ නරඹන්න. එන්න ලොකුම සිනමා පුස්තකාලයට. ඇන්ෆ්ලික්ස් සියල් සපිරි උසස් සිනමා රසාස්වාදය පිරුණ තැන.
රිදීතිරේ මහේෂා කිතාරු පුංචිතිරය ආලෝකමත් කරන ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ජනප්‍රියතම සිනමා නාලිකාව රිදී TV. එදා හදබැඳි මෙදා රසවිඳි කළු සුදු සිනමාවේ පටන් නූතන HD යුගය දක්වා නාද වර්ණ සුසංයෝගී වූ පුළුල් සිනමා රසවින්දනය ශ්‍රී ලාංකික සිනමා රසිකත්වය වෙනුවෙන්ම Dialog Television channel අංක 18න් රිදී TV.
What's going on here?
Stop! Express!
Coming through!
It's Big Thomas! Yeah! They're finally here! Thomas and Friends, Monday to Friday on CBeebies.
क्रिकेट के इंटरनेशनल सीजन का जलवा इंडिया टूर ऑफ इंग्लैंड इंग्लैंड टूर ऑफ न्यूजीलैंड इंग्लैंड के होम सीरीज एंड मेनी मोर बिग सीरीज।
अब क्रिकेट फैंस के पास होगा सेलिब्रेशन का बिग रीजन।
හැම රැයකම අප නොනිදා තැබූ අපේ කාලේත් මින් පෙර යුගයේත් හොඳම ටෙලිනාට්‍ය රසාලිප්ත කතා තුළ අපමණ සිනහ වූ මදකට හැඬුම් සිර වූ අපේම නොවූ අපේම කතාන්තයන් ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ටෙලිනාට්‍ය කලාව සැරසූ සුරම්‍ය රැඟුම් ආනන්දය නොනවත්වා නරපන්න සිටි හිට්ස් ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ටෙලිනාට්‍ය නාලිකාව Dialog Television channel අංක 19.
There's a big world out there for your child to explore, with so much to see, so many things to do, and so much to enjoy learning about. They can do it all with the UK's #1 children's channel, CBeebies.
Amazing!
It's a safe place for your child to learn through play, with delightful shows that will entertain and educate.
That works for me!
Get them ready for a big world with CBeebies.
කිසිදා නොමියෙන මතක කිසිදා නොමියෙන චරිත සැමදා මතකෙන් නොමියෙන චිත්‍රපට තුළින් ස්වර්ණමය යුගයක් එකලු කළ අප්‍රමාණ රසිකාදරයට පාත්‍ර වූ සිංහල සිනමාවේ අමරණීය චරිත මතකාවර්ජනය අමරණීය මතක ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් චැනල් අංක 18 රෙදේ TV ඔස්සේ සෑම දිනකම සවස 3ට.
දැන් රෙදේ TV නාලිකාව වෙතින් ජයරත්න ගලගෙදර ඉදිරිපත් කරන බයිස්කෝප් කතා වැඩසටහන. ඔබ කැමති චිත්‍රපටයේ රසවත්ම කතා අහන්නට බලන්නට ඩයලොග් TV නාලිකා අංක 18 රෙදේ TV ඔස්සේ දැන් සෑම සෙනසුරාදාකම සවස් 5:30ට බයිස්කෝප් කතා.
දන්නවද සිංහයාගේ කම්මැලිකම ගැන? දැකලා තියෙනවද මීමස් රජුලගේ ලස්සන? අහලා තියෙනවද The Great Elephant Gathering එක ගැන? විඳලා තියෙනවද තල්මහෙක්ගේ ආදරය? මේ සේරම දකින්න, අහන්න, බලන්න, විඳින්න පුළුවන් එකම තැන. Animal Planet. ලෝකයට හැංගුණ සත්ව ලෝකයේ අපූර්වත්වය සමග Animal Planet.
ඇත්තටම ආයුර්වේද වෛද්‍ය විද්‍යාව රඳා පවතින්නේ මේ තෙල් මතද? තෙල් වලින් ලොකු කාර්යභාරයක් සිදු වෙනවා. නමුත් ආයුර්වේදය කියන්නේ මේ තෙල් මතම පදනම් වෙච්ච විද්‍යාවක් නෙවෙයි. විවිධ විදිහේ තෛලයන් තියෙනවා. මේ බෑන් අහිතකර තත්ත්වයන් ශරීරයට නැද්ද? සෑම තෙලකම තියෙන ගුණ කර්ම. මේ දැන් ගත්තම තෙල් වර්ග නම් ගත්තියන් නිර්ගුණ්ඩි කියලා තියෙනවා, නාරායන කියලා තියෙනවා, වාත විදුරංග, බලාකෝරණ්ඩ, සීතෝදක, නීල්‍යාදිය, ත්‍රිඵල තෛලය මෙවැනි තෙල් සමූහයක් තියෙනවා.
සුවාරණ බදාදා උදෑසන 8ට සහ සවස 4ට. නැවත විකාශය සෙනසුරාදා උදෑසන 9:30ට.
And welcome back, sports fans and basketball fans. You are tuned in to the Papare Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. And you are watching the finals between Team NDB and DFCC in the D Division finals of the Mercantile Service Basketball League. We've had an interesting quarter, interesting half. NDB leads it 36-32. Very intense 2 quarters of play. Let's see what happens until we go. And I've got Dilka here with me to take you to the end of the game. Dilka, welcome back.
Welcome back, Anushka.
Let's see what these two teams talked about in the halftime break. As Dasun comes up with a 3 but couldn't make it. Manjula fakes, drives, pass off to Prageet and scores. I think Team DFC is going to stick with their plans, a little bit of the same stuff. Prageet with the mid-range jumpers from the middle. Amalika shoots, couldn't make it.
And on the NDB end, we can see Dasun is playing a forward position right now on the offensive end.
Pass up to Amalika, beautiful pass. Couldn't make it though. Team DFCC comes up with the rebound as Brigitte dribbles it out. Pass up to Manjula, Roshan. Fakes. Fumbles the ball. One of the target areas when players defend Roshan is his right hand, you know. I think pretty much most of the basketball community here knows that Roshan favors his left. They want him going to the right, as he saw what happened last play. As Amalika throws up another 3. Shana with the rebound. Prageet brings the ball up. Rolls and finishes against the bigger Dasun. 36 all.
footwork by Pradeep Pushpakumar, the former national captain. And with that basket, we are at 36 apiece. DFCC Mercantile Division D final. Starting with the drive to his left, mid-ranger.
Couldn't make it.
Here comes Pradeep again.
Once again, rolls it on. Team DFCC coming out strong in the third quarter.
And they have taken the lead for the first time in this game.
Rashid comes right back, equals the scores. I think we have a game on our hand today. You can hear the crowd. I don't know which team they're cheering for. It's that loud in here right now, Dilka. I think we have the NTB fans on this side, NDB fans on this side, the DFCC fans on the other side.
Meanwhile, the foul was called on Dasu.
That's a bad pass by Brian. But well defended. Makes up for his mistake on the other end. Coach Azir giving some words to the two experienced players. Two national captains. Travel called on Manjula, well defended by Dasun.
I think on the DFCC and Arista, rebounding has been an issue with their size and players like Dasun playing near to the basket. In this quarter, they have not that eliminated the fact, but they are doing a good job on rebounding. Senal is doing a great job near the glass, and Roshan is also helping it out. Ryan is also there. Back to Pradeep, he fakes.
Couldn't finish this time. Jude with the ball, advancing down the court. Lays it off to Rushin, who goes in for the easy layup. 40 points to 38. The lead is swinging both ways.
So DFC, the same 5 players are who played the entire second quarter is playing the third quarter as well.
As Manjula goes in for the rebound, the old man gets it. Pass out to Prageet. Corner 3.
Another rebound by Manjula.
Roshan on the corner. Had 3 possessions that time. Dasun goes coast to coast. Lays it in. I don't think Dasun is still being as aggressive as we want him to be. He's an excellent offensive weapon. As Amalika goes in for the easy layup. Team DFCC calls a quick timeout to get their game in order. A fast-paced start to the third quarter. DFCC coming up with the lead, and NDB taking it right back as they lead 44 to 38. As the players go into a huddle, they need to start rethinking their plan. Coach Azir saying some precious words to their teammates. Migara on the other side being a bit more vocal.
I think Migara is encouraging his team to drive towards the basket, make some fast decisions in terms of scoring, because you are playing against an experienced team. At the same time, you have all the guys in the court, so you have to take the advantage out of it. And for DFCC also, Anushka, I think they have gone through these kind of situation numerous times.
Pass up Russian, fakes, and gets fouled. So now with the foul. As you saw, Wilka, in that play, Team NDB had 4 players advancing while DFCC had still had Pradeep, Manjul and Roshan training. Shane hits the first shot. And this is Roshan with the rebound, pass off to Manjula. Dribbles it to the 3-point line. Gets around. Back to Brian, pass off to Pradeep, fakes, drives and shoots and scores. Timely basket again from Pradeep Pushpakumara.
I think he's catching up to his 25 point per game average.
Russian drives strong but couldn't finish. Roshan with the rebound and Pradeep goes again. And comes up with a foul. He's rewarded with that. For pushing the pace, bringing the ball down. And that's Amaliki with his second foul.
And Bragit is one of the players, master of players who can draw fouls. With
lot of experience.
When it's slow pace, the rhythmic dribble, anyone will fall into that.
I think it's a change of pace that we have. For anyone who's watching now, a more advanced version of that would be Luka. Changing pace. Deceptive pace.
Now the coaches are encouraging players to change their pace during a drive maybe or a fast break, so you can catch the defense off guard. Long pass to Roshan, double team is coming up.
And gets called for the foul. That's an unnecessary foul by Vishal. An unbalanced shot. There was no way he was going to make that.
Dasun actually did a good job from preventing Roshan to make a easy basket, but they ended up with a foul, and we have Sanka on the bench coming into the game.
That's an ex-HMB player subbing in for another ex-HMB player.
On the fact that we mentioned Roshan is favoring on his left hand when he's driving to the basket, you can see that he's shooting from his right hand.
Yeah, it's one of the funny things that some of these basketball players that we do. We favor the left hand for driving, but when we shoot, it's the right hand. We see it with a lot of players.
And it opens up so many options to you near the basket also.
Tipped in by Sanka. Finishes the drop. Comes up with the N1. That's the fourth foul for Pradeep. He's not happy about it, but he knows that's a clean foul. Now he has 4 minutes of the third quarter and the full fourth quarter to play with 4 fouls. And Russian hits the second shot. And Bhavan subs in for Manjula.
I mean, usually during these kind of situation, coaches tend to sub out the player who has 4 fouls, but in this case, DFCC doesn't have that luxury because they need to have Pradeep inside of the court.
So they can't afford to have him on the bench. If you're talking about the offense for talking about the offensive DFCC.
I think the momentum has changed a bit at this moment. NDB is leading 50-42.
As Roshan goes in, couldn't make it. Dasun brings the ball up. Pass off to Vishal, quick pass, couldn't make it. That's not nice playing there. But somehow comes up with the foul. There's an easy way to do it, and there's a hard way to do it. And that's a hard way to do it.
I think Roshan is asking to take him out of this game. Have a breather. Reset. Because you have a big fourth quarter coming up.
And that's the thing, when you have experienced players playing in a team that has a relatively small bench, you can't afford to have them out of the game. So at the moment, Pragit has to play with 4 fouls. You can't have him off the game because he is their offense. Manjula and Roshan, you can't have them both out of the game at the same time. So Manjula has to come back in. He had about 30 seconds of rest, I think. He had to come straight back in. So that works to the disadvantage, but let's just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let's see if the old men get their act together and start playing this game.
Rather than Manjula getting into the game, I prefer having Maxwell in the lineup. He has not been playing during the last 20 or so minutes.
He subbed out and he never came back in. And I think they would have missed a small trick there. Because Maxwell, he did a good job. He did a good job defensively. He attempted on the offense, so he did try things. As Chenal comes up with air. As NDB goes with speed. Rashain lays it in. Little Euro step. Gets the lead up to 53-42. That's a 11-point lead for Team NDB.
That time Pragit wasn't trying to risk his 5th foul.
Crawls it in. Took a while to get there.
That was a bit of a reliever. And Roshan is set to come back into the game.
Sanka surveys the court. Passes back to Vishal. Back to Dasun. Fakes, drives, goes in, fakes, and shoots, but Manjula comes up with the rebound. Vishal with the interception.
That was called an offensive foul in that occasion. Manjula managed to throw the foul.
Did a good job, Manjula, on him. Used all his experience to cover the lanes. As Roshan comes back in, Bhavan goes to the bench. Now we see Maxi getting up, going to the table. He's set to come in. Turned over by DFCC. As we see the 2 subs coming in. Maxwell for Chenal. And we see Uwindu coming in for Sanka.
And Uwindu is one of the key players. They have been holding him up. I have no clear idea why Coach Migara wants to hold him up till the last moment. During the semi-finals also, they played the same way. They brought up Uwindu during the last quarter, if I'm not wrong. And he did a tremendous job. Maybe he's within an injury or he wants to give his fullest during the last quarter.
I think Dilka, he's an injury-prone player. If I'm not mistaken, he had work done on his ACL. So maybe that's one of the reasons Coach Migara has limited time for him. But on the semi-finals, when he did come in, he made a lot of important shots. He made a lot of the correct plays. He's a very explosive player, very quick, but I think the knee is not letting him play to his fullest. Comes up with the rebound.
I think that's a good decision from coach's point of view, because you need to protect your players. Yes, you have to win.
Amalika couldn't finish the shot, but Team NDB comes up with the rebounds. Windu fakes. Drives in, kicks it out to Vishal on the corner. He shoots, couldn't make it. I think Windu had enough time to finish the shot also, but chose for the free three-pointer. Unselfish play. Brian gets his own rebound, couldn't finish. Jude Pereira with the rebound. Kicks it out to Amalika, slips through his hands. Unforced error. 2 points gone begging. As team DFCC calls their second timeout for the quarter. 11 seconds on the clock. The lead seems to be getting away from them at the moment. It's back up to 9 points.
So we have 11 seconds on the clock. And they have burned down 2 out of 3 timeouts that they have during the half. So that's an interesting timeout in that sense.
I think it was Team DFCC who took it. We'll have to wait for the bench to see. But both teams on team fouls didn't capitalize on the fouls that they were given. So I think both teams missed a bit of a trick there. But let's see, 11 seconds on the clock. Let's see what the two coaches drew up. Team DFCC with the ball. Pragit, Manjula, Roshan, Brian and Maxwell to finish the game off. Manjula to Roshan. Roshan to the middle. Surveys, goes up. Three-pointer, couldn't finish. Jude comes up with the rebound to Vishal. 2 seconds on the clock. And they waste it out. Missed the clock. But more importantly, they stopped DFCC from scoring on the other end. Good defense by Team NDB. Finishes out the quarter strong, 53-44. Look, as you see, let's take a look at the stat that's on the screen right now. Team NDB, clear leaders in this quarter, 17 points to 12. I think it was their fast breaks that helped them get this lead.
Definitely.
Because they played with a bit more passion, a bit more intensity, and it's reflected on scoreboard right now.
And on the DFCC end, they were unable to get back to the defense on time.
Roshan, Pragit, and even sometimes Manjula as well had trouble catching up to the speed. So that is the correct way for NDB to attack. Let's see. 10 more minutes on the clock. 53 points to 44. We've got back-to-back finalists, DFCC looking for their championship. We got 7-time finalists, NDB looking for their championship run on the 8th go. Let's see who comes on top as we look at the highlights. As you can see, most of the ones, it's just fast breaks.
And Dasun actually stepped up to the pedal compared to his performance in first 2 quarters.
I think he was given the clear instructions to go ahead, be a bit more aggressive. So we are on the way, almost there, to get ready for the 4th quarter. For Team DFCC, it's Manjula, Maxwell, Pragit, Brian and Roshan. For Team NDB, it's Vishal, Amalika, Jude, Rashain and Dasun. Beautiful cut by Manjula and gets fouled. A beautiful play by the experienced old man. Manjula takes his time getting up.
NDB was too focused on stopping the 3-point attempts from DFCC, and they missed out Manjula at that point.
Yeah, the defense collapsed there. There was a lapse in concentration. It's not an one. It's the foul after the basket. So
yes.
they get the ball back. Manjula with the side ball. Pass off to Maxwell, to Brian. Back to Prageet. To Roshan, drives in, steps. Pass off to Manjula. Back-to-back buckets for Manjula. Cuts the lead down to 5.
And DFCC should.
That's a fortunate there.
That was a fortunate call, to be honest. Here goes Pradeep.
No call for Prageet on that side. Dasun brings the ball up. Gets called for the foul. That's Maxwell with the committed on the foul.
I think during the transition, Maxwell grabbed Dasun from his around waist area, which made Dasun lose the ball.
Jude kicks it out to Amalika. 3-pointer for Amalika. Lead back up to 8. Good pass from Jude, collected from the free throw line. Took one dribble, kicked it out to Amalika on the corner, who had the free shot and took it. Dangerous pass, Roshan. Couldn't finish. Rushin with the rebound. Dasun with speed comes up. Couldn't get the 2 to go in.
NDB had the numbers.
Roshan passes off to Maxwell. And that's where he can hurt you, Dilka. Those little dolly passes that you give to the sides. No one's expecting him to be there. He makes those shots. And those are important shots. As a team, it really hurts you.
At this moment, anything will help DFC to cut down this lead, regardless of who's scoring.
Dasu, Prageet backs down Vishal. Prageet kicks it out to Manjula. Free 3-pointer. Couldn't finish. Dasu with another rebound under his name.
Maxwell at the mid-ranger. And the steal.
Manjula coming up strong in the 4th quarter. 3 buckets, 6 points. Amalika with the short jumper. Blocked by Roshan. Blocked by Brian. Great defense from Team DFCC. As they look to push the agenda. Roshan drives in. Well defended by Amalika. And that's a costly miss and a flop as well.
Yeah. Vishal should have made the basket.
Yeah, he should have made the basket. But DFCC misses it. And NDB comes up with again. And they miss it. Somebody has to score.
Numbers here on DFCC end. Can Maxwell make it?
Nope, he misses.
He misses.
Brian with the shot.
He's a brave attempt.
He misses it. Team NDB with the ball. Okay, someone needs to score this. And that has got to be Dasun.
And lead is back up to 4 points. There were a few possession. Both teams were attempting to score, but they couldn't.
6 points. 6 points. Lead. Corner 3 for Manjula. Throws it up in the air. Maxwell gets the rebound. Goes up for the shot. Foul called on Manjula. Team DFCC. NDB with the ball. 6 minutes left on the clock. Migara calls for a timeout. Team DFCC goes back to the bench. Tired, fatigued. They want to get this win under their belt.
From DFCC end, they have to make sure that they are attempting good shots, better shots. You have plenty of time in this game and the game is within the reach.
And I think the shots that they attempted weren't bad shots per se. They were good shots. It's just that they just couldn't hit those. You know, we had Manjula shooting it from the elbow. He missed it. Brian had an open three. He missed it. Manjula had another shot from the corner, the far corner. He missed it. So all were open shots, but they did not have the ability to close it down and get those shots to sink in. So once again, you know, for Team DFC to succeed right now, they have to get those tough shots to go in. And for Team NDB, it's just a matter of running the floor, you know. DFCC is tired. You can see it from their faces. They're hanging on by a thread. It's mainly willpower at this moment. So 6 minutes left on the clock. 58-52. NDB leads by 6 points. It's going to be a close game, Dilka. Good pass to Jude, but blocked by Manjula. Back to Dasun with a 3-pointer. And fouled by Maxwell. Coach Azir puts his palm to his face.
I think that time Maxwell didn't let Dasun to land following his shot. So that space was taken by Maxwell, sorry. That's why the foul was called.
Hits the first of the 3-pointer, three free throws.
And Dinesh comes in for Maxwell. And the interesting about Dinesh is actually a player from NDB.
Yes.
For a while.
He moved to NDB this season. Just a few months before the season started, yeah. I think. Full marks for Dasun. 3 out of 3 free throws. That's what a coach holds for your star player to hit all those shots. Brian, open 3. Passes it up. Drives in, but blocked by Dasun. Vishal comes up with the ball. Passes up, rush in. Fakes, drives in. Well defended by Dinesh. And that's Team DFCC ball as Dasun misses his open free 3-pointer. 61-52.
We have just 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Roshan with the ball. Passes to Brian.
Swings it out to Pragit. Pragit with the 3-pointer. Well rebounded by Team NDB as Jude comes up down the floor. Takes his time. Well defended. Passes it off to Amalika. Back to Dasun, who surveys the court. Fakes and drives in. And the young man from NDB, from St. Joseph's, Jude Pereira with the bucket. 63-52. All that silver hair was not because of thinking too much. He was training hard in the sun. Dasun comes up with a strong rebound. Coast to coast, couldn't finish.
You can see Dasun is hustling back to the defensive end.
Blocked by Dasun. Once again, Jude coming up with the ball. Driving through the middle. Lays it off to Amalika. Well defended by Roshan.
Here comes Manjula with the ball. Passes to Roshan. Roshan is passing back to Pragit.
And he makes it. Nothing but net on that time. 3-pointer. 55-63. Cuts it down to 8.
Vishal with the answer. Couldn't make it. Rebound is back with NDB.
Dasun fakes, drives, pulls up. Doesn't get the foul. DFCC comes up.
And he misses a shot.
Rare to see Pragit missing a shot from that range. But I think that's 2 free throws for Pragit. So he will have a chance to cut it down to 6 points. As we have Bhavan coming in for Dinesh.
And Sanka is back in the court for Jude.
Fresh legs.
Important thing about Coach Migara has done during this match is he has kept 3 tall guys inside of the playing 5. He has been mixing up Sanka and Jude to make sure that they have the height advantage.
And keeping them fresh as well, you know. Giving them a bit of rest. As Vishal brings the ball up, takes his time. Sanka, pass it back to Vishal. Dasun running a zone offense. Vishal with the ball, dribbles up. Amalika, back to Vishal. 2 seconds on the clock. Time winding down.
That was attempted following the shot clock.
That's 24-second violation. They took too long to get that shot in. Unaware of the clock. That's once again basic mistakes. Right.
And that was good defense by
Good
DFCC.
defense, good defense. Roshan, pass off to Brian. Fakes, drives, back to Roshan. Kicks it off the corner to Manjula. Drives in. Lays it up but couldn't finish. Sanka comes up with the rebound. As Vishal brings the ball in to the front court. Looking to waste a bit more time.
You have 6-point advantage.
With
and
2 minutes.
2 minutes left in the game clock. There is no hurry if you are NDB. But Amalke still makes the 2-pointer.
So kicks the lead back up to 8 points. The hopes for a championship for DFCC fading away with that shot. They need a shot and they need it fast. Bhavan passes off to Brian. Fakes, drives in. Well defended by Dasun, but comes up with the ball.
Here goes another 3-point attempt.
Pragit hits the front of the rim. NDB looking to waste a bit more time before they get their shot off. Well, Sanka had other ideas. Gets the ball right back. Amalika with the 3.
And ball is back within NDB.
And Coach Azir calls his final timeout. This has got to be NDB's game for now, unless DFCC and the experienced campaigners have something amazing up their sleeve. 65-57, 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the clock. Can DFCC claw this lead back and come and take this championship, or will Team NDB be crowned champions after 8 long years of being in the finals? 1 minute left on the clock, Dilka. I think the NDB crowd is a bit more happy right now.
Yeah.
A bit more vocal on their side.
I think this crowd has been here for 7 years straight.
7 years straight. You know,
wanting to see that their team is lifting up the MSBA trophy. And you have 1 minute left to make it successful this time.
I think they were due a trophy sometime or other, and you know, they chose the right time to get it.
And they have been supportive throughout the tournament also. There are massive crowds coming in for NDB matches specifically.
Easy layup. As Vishal jumps up in the air, throws his fist up in the air, celebrating. 40 seconds left on the clock. Roshan answers straight up with a 3. Time is not on their side. They're going to wind the clock down. It doesn't matter if they run the whole 24 seconds right now.
They don't necessarily have to make a shot, but they have to stop DFCC from scoring.
You know, a game is never lost until the time is done. You know, 30 seconds left on the clock, 67-60. You know, if Ryan makes both these free throws, it's a 5-point game. You know.
You have 2 more positions.
Yeah, and with the way the game has evolved right now, you know, with a lot of fouls being played at the end of the quarter, going to the free throws, a lead is never a lead. You know, especially a small one such as this. But Brian missed the first shot. Let's see what his reaction is on the second shot. Will he make this?
The interesting thing about him is he has positioned himself far beyond the free throw line.
Way beyond the free throw line.
And Vishal takes the ball into the front court, trying to keep it within their teammates.
Yep. Amalika playing a bit of hot potato right now. Sanka. That's the finishing touches on the game. Clock winding down. NDB with the clock winding down, 63-69. With 3 seconds left on the clock, Coach Migara wanted a timeout. There seems to be some sort of discussion happening on the court. Let's leave that for the referees to figure out. But Team NDB, Dilka, you know, unbeaten run throughout the tournament. Tough matchup on the semi-finals with NTB, one of the favorites to win this tournament. What do you think about their team, Dilka? How they've fared throughout this tournament?
I think one interesting thing is they have been playing with different coaches throughout these 7 years also. So this is the first time, this is the second time actually they have a better chance of winning a championship. So their coaching has been improved. They are playing together as a team. So defensive end, they have done a good job, even during this match particularly. So they wanted to stop one of the icons in Sri Lankan basketball, Prageet Pushpakumara and Roshan. I think they have done that. This team deserves this championship. This crowd deserves this championship. All the supporters that they had throughout these years deserves this championship.
And you can hear the NDB crowd going off as the time winds down. Vishal starts his celebrations early. 69 points to 63. Team NDB, 8 long years in the making. Championship run. Finals of C Division for 7 years straight. They got down to D Division and made a huge effort. Unbeaten run all the way to the finals. Team NDB comes up, deserved championship winners. Let's give it up for Team NDB, Dilka.
I think all the dedication, all the practice sessions they have put behind the closed doors has been paid off right now. And we can't actually take out the efforts put by DFCC. They are a very experienced team, yes. They have been battling with these youngsters throughout the tournament, and they have put on a good show during the finals as well.
Yes, can't take anything away from DFCC. They gave a very tough match to these young boys. Dragged it all the way to the last few minutes. 69 points to 63 is not a big lead. It's a very small lead, just 3 possessions. As we see the crowd give a standing ovation to Team NDB as they take a victory lap. That's their colleagues, that's their friends, cheering them on throughout the tournament. They've had their best wishes in mind. A well-deserved championship run comes to an end with the trophy. And we can see Team DFCC also getting a standing ovation from their supporters. A great run by Coach Azir. Well played by Roshan and Pragit. As you can see, fourth quarter it was DFCC who had the more points, but Team NDB had the momentum coming in from the last quarter.
About, during the halftime that third quarter will be the important task for them, because they will go out, they will cool down, they have to freshen up again. And you can see in the graph that they have scored only 12 points against the 17 forced by NDB.
And that was a key quarter for NDB. And ultimately that was a quarter that contributed to their win. While you look at the highlights, Amalika was great. He hit a few threes, made a lot of timely buckets. Manjula tried his very best. Came out very strong in the fourth quarter. Jude, the young man, stepped up in the game. Pragit, once again a former national captain, still bringing his wealth of knowledge. And you can't not mention Dasun. Carried his team throughout the tournament and came up with the goods today as well. So to anyone who just tuned in, you missed a great game on the D Division Finals of the MSBA. NDB wins 69-63. And we're going to go to a commercial break right now.
So if you are tuning up right now, we ask you to wait till the next game, which between Allianz Finances against the Sri Lankan Airlines. It has been a great rivalry between the group stage also. It will be a great game.
And we hope to see you again here shortly. This is me and Dilka signing out. We'll see you soon.